Hello everyone, welcome to the Education USA webinar together with Texas Tech University. I'm Sevin Hüseyinova, Education USA advisor, and today we have a guest speaker, Jennifer Wang, who is International Admission Counselor at the Texas Tech University, and we'll be talking today to you about how to talk about your achievements and extracurricular activities and be heard by the admission team. Before I give the floor to Jennifer, I would like to remind you that if you need any assistance with your application, with your essays, or you got admitted but you don't know what are the next steps, you can always schedule an individual advising session with me and with our advisors. For that, you will see the link in our comment part. You can go to the link and select available spot and have 30-minute free advising with us. Besides this, I would also like to let you know that we have EducationUSA Virtual social media pages on Telegram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, where you can find up-to-date information about studying in the USA. If you have any questions regarding Texas Tech University or our topic, please feel free to write your questions in the comment part in the chat. After Jennifer is done with the webinar, we will put them on the screen and she will be happy to respond them. This is, I think, all from my side, and please welcome Jennifer.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Wang. I work as International Admission Counselor at Texas Tech University. I'm so glad to see you guys here today. So today we're going to talk about how to talk about your extracurricular and achievement and to be heard by the admission team. So let's get started. Alrighty. So next one, please. Alrighty, so let's have a quick look at today's agenda. So basically, first of all, we're gonna answer the question. I'm gonna talk about why should you list your extracurricular activities. The next one is what activity should you list, and I'm gonna provide the step-by-step guide on how to list your extracurricular in your college application. And last, I'm gonna briefly talk about Texas Tech University, so you will have a better idea of what Texas Tech look like and the opportunities that we offer here. So next one, please. Alrighty, the very first question. You might be wondering why I should include my extracurricular activity in the first place. Is it mandatory? Why I have to do that? So the answer is the college, the university reps love seeing students as active. So you are contributing yourself to the community. Even more importantly, we would love to see students develop your talents and passions while those extracurricular activities. So one a student is actively involved in the community and the other activities in high school, that is a good chance they will stay involved in the college. Next one, please. Alrighty. So the first question, you may wondering what extracurricular activity mean. So I give a definition here. So that means what you are actively and productively involved in can be considered as an extracurricular activities. So this includes things like having a job or taking care of a family members. So the ultimate goal is you need to use those activities to reflect on what you have learned from your activity and how they help you develop. Alrighty, so the next one we're going to talk about, because on Common App, if you choose Common App application as your application platform, they give you room to write about 10 activities. So the first question, what if you do not have 10 activities? Which is totally fine, absolutely fine. You do not need to get panic or try to make up activities just to fill in the blanks. In fact, we as college admission advisor would prefer to see a few activities that you make a significant dedication to, rather than several activities you had less involvement in. So, first of all, there's no hard and fast definition for what significant involvement means, but most of people can work it out. So if you helped out at your church, for example, if you have helped out at your church pancake breakfast 1 year, that really doesn't need to go to your application. But if you have volunteered at a hospital or a school for 10 hours a week every week for 4 years, this definitely counts as significant involvement. So um, another thing that you want to keep in mind, which I'm going to talk about in the next slides, is do not confuse yourself. Oh, sorry, let me go ahead. Okay. So the next question is, what if you have too many activities? So let's say you need to, because for some students, they're actively involved in the community. They probably even have more than 10 activities. So you need to be looking for quality over quantity. So instead of aiming to fill each blanks with something very detailed, you make sure everything you include reflects a significant time investment in an experience you learn from it. So finally, don't confuse academic awards with extracurricular activities, because for some of our students, they are an active member of the honor society, for example. So that is more like an academic achievement rather than extracurricular activities. Alrighty, so at the next slides, I'm going to talk about the step-by-step guide. So on a piece of what I suggest my student to do is always bring a piece of paper, write down a list of your activities. This can be almost anything you have done in your high school, from like sports to organized clubs, or outside hobbies and interests. Write everything you had in the past. So there are a few things you need to remember while you making your notes. First of all, the name of the organization, where you did the activities, if you have that one, and also a short description of what you did. Feel free to go in depth and fully explain your involvement on that piece of paper. So, for example, did you attend meetings or class? Did you organize any activities? So next one, also the very important one, is write down any leadership roles you had, meaning anytime you were responsible for the action of other people's or had responsibility beyond just being rather than just being a participant. So this do not need to be official, but if you ran a meeting but didn't have an official title, uh, but still write it down. Also include any achievement or special responsibility you had. And also, um, there are a couple of questions that you can ask yourself. For example, were there any special project that you did or you were in charge of? If so, what specifically did you do? This can be a one-time thing, like organizing a food drive, or something more long-term, such as running a tutoring clinic throughout the school years. And the last question is, how many hours per week did you do that? That is something very important because that can show the counselor admission staffs that you did make a significant investment on that specific project. Okay, so next one, after you wrote everything down, You need to number your activity from the most important to the least important. So this is based off the time, the amount of time you dedicated to the project. It also depends on your leadership in this um, event and how important the activities has been for developing a passion or pursuing a future goal for you. So there's a very important note that important tips that I would like to give to the audience today. Make sure that the order you put them in is the order of the important they have for you. Don't just try to guess what the admission office want to see, because the whole point of listing extracurricular or your achievement in your application is to show off what is important to you. Okay, so um, the next one, I'm gonna talk about the last step. So, which is also a very, very important one. So you will need to have your parents or your friends read it over your list before you actually list them into your application. So this is not only to check that you remember everything correctly, such as time and date, but also to make sure you haven't missed out anything important. Maybe that 3 hours 3 hours a week you spend as a peer counselor slippery your mind. So always get someone, check it out, and ask for something they can contribute. Also, another reason it is important to check in with someone else is to make sure that what you read them makes sense. I know it's because sometimes when you get so involved into this event, you might miss some important like elements that I mentioned before, or it doesn't sound like a story if you get too involved into it. So make sure you used to um, you have someone read it before you actually put them in into your Common App application. Ready? This This is because we just use the Common App application as an example, but I would like to talk in depth about how to write about extracurricular in your personal statements. So first question, what is personal statements? You might heard of this word several times. So it also called college essays or Common App essays, depending, or we're using Apply Texas as well. So this is the main piece of writing in your college application, and they typically range from 5 500 to 650 words. So why why you should do this one? Because you might because we have seen even for the graduate applications, personal statement is very important. So first of all is convey your strengths. So but you are avoid bragging about yourself. So there's a differences between these two. So some of the you can always so I will give you an example about listing your strength. So it could be your teamwork ability, your problem solving skills, your leadership skills. So the key to write about a good personal statement is to find a balance between listing your strengths and being authentic and valuable. So you want your strengths to be clear, but you don't want to come across as a bragging. So another thing is the same as listing your extracurricular in your Common App application. You always want to focus on outcomes. So to be honest, the mission office, like us, we do not need to know every single second of how you spend your time. So basically talk about what your project is. Consider these questions. So what did you learn? How did you grow? How did you help others learn and grow? And how did your project to make the world a better place? Those are the big questions you always ask yourself. So those questions can help you um, focus on the outcomes rather than just list the every second that you spend in your project. So normally, each university, for example, Texas Tech, I give the link right here. So if you, I can share the link later. The university will give you the essay tips. So basically, they listed the questions that they want you to include in your personal statement, and also how many words. Is there a specific format the university wants you to use? So it will be a very, very detailed essay tips documents. So if you are interested in studying in a university in the United States, I believe most of university, their website is very convenient to use. You can easily find those essay tips. Also, so for the next one, so sorry. I have some technical issues already. So I talk a little briefly about how to talk about your achievement and extracurricular activities in your application. So if you have any question about this specific part, feel free to send your question to the chat box. But overall, I would like to say it's a great time for you to show off your achievement and your extracurricular. It does not have to be um, like I have seen some students always use the fancy words, but the purpose of you listing everything in your application is to let the admission officer to know you better. So it's always good if you can relate your extracurricular activities to the major that you want to do in the United States. So also you can there are lots of free resources online. Definitely you can find some good examples of personal statements, and you can start to think what you want for your personal statement. Um, so now let's talk briefly about Texas Tech University. Like I said, if you have any questions about the first part of the presentation, feel free to send it to the chat box. We're going to answer them by the end of the presentation. So this is our slogan, from here is possible, because we have so many learning and study opportunities here at Texas Tech. So next slide, I'm gonna show you guys a short video about Texas Tech University. It's a very short one, it's only 1 minute, but I hope you can have a better idea of what Texas Tech look like after watching this video.
We want you to be a part of this place. Becoming part of the Red Raider family is more than just wearing red and black. It is the discovery of who you are. It is the ability to express yourself freely, to explore new cultures, make new friends, and engage in new experiences. Your future awaits you here.
Right, I hope you enjoy watching this video. So as you may notice, our campus is huge. So can we pull up the presentation? Okay, awesome. Thank you. So as you can see, Lubbock is located where that red star at. We're in the northwest part of Texas. If you never traveled to the state of Texas before, we are the second largest state in the nation, both economic-wise and the population-wise. So actually, we have our students If you look at our student population, more than 78% of our new students come from farther than 300 miles away. As of fall 2023, the we have over 40,000 students enrolled, and over 42% of them identify as a student from a diverse background. Also, we have students from all over the country and all 50 states and over 100 countries. At this moment, we have over 3,000 international students here with us, and our campus is the second largest campus in the nation. So at the next slide, I'm going to talk briefly about our recognitions. So first of all, Texas Tech is a Tier 1 research institution, which is a Carnegie classification and the highest research ranking that a student can receive. So that's also a very important concept for you to understand while you're looking for an institution to study in the United States, because I believe there are only 500 institution, around 500 institutions in the nation that has this title. Also, compared to studying in the Australia or the United Kingdom, actually we have over 4,000 institutions in the United States right now. So there are several different type of school that you can choose from. Also, like I mentioned before, even though we have a very large student population or large campus, we still maintain a 21-to-1 student to teacher ratio. So that means our faculties and your professors are accessible. They will love to make the time for you if you want to schedule one-on-one meeting with them. That's also the student to teacher ratio. That's another concept you want to keep in mind, because normally public school has a larger student to teacher ratio, but if you're interested in smaller, like private institution, they normally have the like 6-to-1 student to teacher ratio, something like that. Also, at undergraduate level, we have over 150 undergraduate program for students to choose from. Also, if you're interested in master's degree, or graduate study, we have over 100 masters and over 60 doctoral program for students to choose from. So also 99% of our graduates find employment, join military, or attend graduate school within 6 months of graduating. That means the company recruiters, they really like our graduates. So next slides, I'm gonna talk about. So at this slide, it listed all of our 10 academic colleges. As you can see, we have the College of Engineering, definitely one of the most popular one among our international students, where you can study major like computer science, computer engineering, electrical engineering, petroleum engineering. So pretty much all the engineering program that you can do in the nation. Also, our College of Business Administration offers the most competitive program in the nation as well. You can study major like finance, accounting, supply chain management. Also pretty much all the business program that you can find in the nation. Also, we have the Davis College of Agriculture Science and Natural Science Resources, where you can study major like animal science, nutrition science. Also, we have a vet school that started in the year 2021. So instead of this 10 academic colleges, we also have the School of Law, School of Health Science Center, and also the vet school. So for a large university like us, you can definitely find a good fit in here. Next slide, please. Alrighty. Also, we would like you to have the best American college life experience. So Lubbock itself, it will always give you a sense of community. You will always feel be included. And in terms of the community in the campus. So we have over 550 student organizations, and over 80 of them are international student groups. On campus wise, we have over 30 dining options, so you will never get hungry at Texas Tech. And we also have the on campus residence halls. For the first year experienced students, it is mandatory for you to stay on campus, but after the first year, you can always choose explore some off-campus options. And also, our recreation center is the largest one among all the universities in the nation. And for you as a student, you can get the free access to it. So next slide. I'm going to talk about the spirit and tradition. So this is something very specific for you as a Texas Tech student. You won't feel it in the other university. So first of all, if you are a big fan of sports, we are NCAA Division I athlete. That means we're almost professional. We're also the part of the Big 12 conferences. So if you that means and good news, you will have unlimited access to all the sports events with your tuition, students' tuition and fees. Besides, as you can see on this slide, we have more than 50 years of care of lights. So that normally happens in December. So the whole campus will be lit up by thousands of lights, and we're gonna have the country music band and the hot chocolate and it's just some event will make you feel like you're the center of the campus, and also this is something for you as a student um, to get connected with others. All right, and the next slide, I'm gonna talk about briefly about the student involvement. So beyond the classrooms, we are one of the institutions that allow undergraduate students to do research with their professors. So this is really good because first of all, it will make your resume look really good. Second of all, you sometimes can get paid from doing that. And also we have the college career centers. That means there are a group of people in your college are specifically helping you to find either internship or full-time job. Also, we have the university career centers. They can help you. They provide the most comprehensive services in the nation. They can help you with resume build up, resume build up all the way till salary negotiations. So you will be fully equipped with the skills that you needed for a future job. The next one, I'm going to talk about a little bit about the cost of tendency and the scholarship opportunities that we offer here at Texas Tech University. But also if you're interested in finding another institution to study at, this this term cost to attend, or sometimes they call cost of attendancy, um, is is normally for a whole year. But you want to read everything carefully on that university's website, because you will see, for example, at this slide is that the estimate represent the cost of tenancy for a year of enrolling total 30 credit hours. So first of all, I would like to talk about the non-resident tuition and resident tuition. So lots of institutions in the United States charge international students non-resident tuition because you are not the resident of that specific state. As you can see, there's huge differences between the non-resident tuition and resident tuition. But here at Texas Tech, if you can get awarded at least $1,000 competitive scholarship or more, you will be eligible to pay the resident tuition. So simply speaking, once you get a scholarship, you will get the around $13,000 saving on tuition fees as well. So let me give you an example. For example, you don't have any scholarship, so the estimated cost of tenancy for a whole year will become 20 $42,202, which includes everything: tuition fees, housings and meals, books and supplies, transportations, or your personal spendings and your health insurance, everything. But once you get $2,000 scholarship, you will be eligible to pay the in-state, the resident tuition, so you will need to use this $11,852 to minus the scholarship amounts you are awarded. So your whole year cost of tenancy for whole year, your whole year estimated tuition fees will become $9,852 if you get awarded $2,000 scholarship. And I hope that makes sense. I can give you a better example of how this scholarship things work. So at the next slides, I'm going to talk about the scholarship for the new first-time students. So for freshmen, that means you have not attended any institution or college after graduating from high school. So this is the scholarship qualification table for you. So as you can see, if you can provide us the qualifying high school GPA and test score, like both of things needs to be met at the same time, you will be eligible to get the scholarship. So also we have an internal evaluation system that gonna convert your GPA to the US 4.0 GPA scales. I know first of all, we require 4 years of high school transcript, 9, 10, 11, and 12. After we receive that in your application, we will do the internal evaluation. So let's say after the conversion, your GPA is 3.7 and you have a 1200 SAT. In that case, you will get $2,500 scholarship per year. And we're also doing test optional through year 2025. That means you do not have to submit your SAT or ACT to be considered for the scholarship. So instead of giving us your SAT or ACT, you will need to submit a list of supplemental documents. So just like we discussed before, you can submit your personal statement, your recommendation letter, your extracurricular activities, like any certificates that you got, any leadership roles you were in while you were students, anything that can help us review your application better. And definitely for both our admission and scholarship teams, we're going to review this document and to make the admission and the scholarship decision. We're just talking about $2,500 scholarship. And can you go back to the previous slides? Okay, thank you. So since you have been awarded $2,500 scholarship, your whole year cost of tenancy will become $27,602. And also for you to keep in mind, as an international student, you will need to get your I-20 to study here. Whenever you're admitted, you will need to provide us a list of supplemental documents that we request to issue you the I-20. So the bank statement is one of the things that are very important. So if you have any scholarship, if you have, for example, $2,500 scholarship, the amount we need to see on your bank statement will become $27,000, something close to that. So it is, we are one of the institutions that can offer really good scholarship opportunities for international students. So if you have any questions about our scholarship, definitely feel free to reach out to me. So next slide, I want to talk about more about our scholarship. Sorry, the previous one. Thank you. So can you go back to the previous one? Thank you. Yes. So for this scholarship, it's definitely not just for one semester. As you can see, we listed the renewal requirements here. As long as you can maintain the renewal requirements, you will be eligible to renew the scholarship. We were just talking about 2,500. So as you can see, as long as you can maintain a 3.0 GPA and enroll 30 TDU hours, you will be eligible to to renew the scholarship up to 8 semesters. So pretty much all of your time here. And also, um, as an international student and at undergraduate level, you are required to take 12 credit hours per semester. So 30 TDU hours for a whole year definitely is not something that you can hardly make it. It's something that we have seen students enroll more than 30 TDU hours, credit hours per year. So the next one is and the next slide, I'm going to talk about the scholarship for our transfer students. So we have two scholarship for transfer students. So that means you have attended an institution or college after graduating from high school, but you have not obtained your bachelor's degree yet. So the first one is called Presidential Transfer Scholarship. The qualifications are 30 transferable hours plus 3.0 GPA. If you meet this requirement, you will get $3,000 a year and in-state tuition. And also, if you have more credit hours, you there's a chance that you might be able to get a proven achievers scholarship, which the qualifications are 60 transferable hours plus 3.5 GPA, and you will get $4,000 a year. Both of those scholarships are renewable. As you can see, the renewal requirements there. As once you meet the requirements, you will be eligible to renew the scholarship up to 6 semesters. Alrighty, so if you want to stay connected, you can feel free to scan this QR code, and put your information in. Then you will get the customized like marketing materials and information from us. Also, I'm gonna share my email address to the chat box. So if you want to know more about Texas Tech University, feel free to shoot me an email and I would like to answer. We're also offering one-on-one Zoom meetings so we can walk you through the whole admission process. Alrighty, now let's do Q&A, question and answers.
Thank you very much, Jennifer, for the brief information. It was indeed very interesting and useful information for our audience because our sessions are recorded and saved on the YouTube channel, which means students can also go back and watch for upcoming admission semester as well. And now let's see if we have any questions in the chat. So just a minute, I will read them. I will check them. Okay. I think I saw some questions, but I don't know why I don't see them. So guys, if you have any okay, question is, can you explain please why exactly is Common App and for which students, prospective student it is needed?
Okay, that's a very good question. So I'm just using Common App as an example since they have 10 questions. I believe they have the most rooms for students to fill in their extracurricular activities. But also you can always try the application because like Apply Texas, if you're interested in a university in the state of Texas, we also, I believe most of the institution accept application from them. And also, I believe most of the institution has their own internal application platform, and no one is better than the others. You just pick the one and, submit all of your required documents and information there. And for prospective students, I believe for most of the undergraduate students, you can use Common App, Coalition, or like the institutional application platform. But I believe at graduate level, they don't use Common App or the application platform that I mentioned before that much. So you want like before you start any application, go to that institution website, read through all the instructions there. If you have any question, I'm pretty sure you will easily find someone like me or their service account, um, email um, email address for their service account. So you can shoot them an email, ask for some clarifications.
Okay, let's see. Thank you for the answer. Let's see if we have more questions. Okay, I don't see any. If we have any questions that were asked to us previously, can we see them on the screen?
Mhm.
I will also ask the audience if you have any questions, please feel free to write them. You can write both in Russian or English. I will translate the questions in the Russian. We will wait for a couple minutes, and if there are no questions, then we will let you go. Okay. I see that we don't have any questions. Wow, surprisingly, because Jennifer gave so much information in detail. So no one has a question. Usually we have a lot of questions coming up. But this time it was very, very interesting. Thank you very much again, Jennifer. As we don't have any questions, I would like to thank you once again for your time and for the information you gave. If you would like to contact Jennifer from the Texas Tech University, please feel free to reach out her at jennifer.wang@ttu.edu. You can see her email address in the chat box. Also, she shared it previously on this in the slides. You can also reach out to us in case you are not able to find it, and we'll be happy to share it with you as well. But if you want to talk to me or schedule a meeting with the EducationUSA advisor, as I said, please feel free to reach out to us to get a link to register for advising. We have advisings every Tuesday and Wednesday during the March. Okay, I would like to say you all thank you for your time. To our audience, thank you for staying with us until the end. Have a nice evening and have a nice day, Jennifer. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you so much for having me.